Hey, Shalom, Akim Shalom. Before I begin this lesson, I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakwarash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. A sincere Shalom to all the hopeful elect out there listening, learning, and/or teaching. Shalom to you all. All right, so I came across this article when I was at work about a day and a half ago. I think it was, just some downtime I had, and I was looking through some articles, and this one caught my attention. It says short men crash out after Tinder announces addition of height filter on dating app. All right, and y'all know how women, especially Western Americanized women, have an extreme obsession with height, to where you got women that is 5 feet tall saying they only date men over 6 feet. You see? All right. Which, in the ancient world, the woman didn't have too much of a say. It was more about, what her father thought. Because it takes a man to really, know what type of man another man is. Okay. And then that would allow him or allow the woman to be with the best man for her, because her father knows her and her father knows that particular man and will say, okay, so this is, out of all the men I know, this is the best one for my daughter. All right, and then he would give his daughter to that man. Okay, but in the modern world, in Esau, Edom's queendom, right, the woman gets to choose. The woman gets all the freedom, all the perks. The women get, they could get away with having zero accountability here. All right, this thing's just a freak show. All right, and here's another straw to add to the camel's back. All right, it says short men crash out after Tinder announces addition of height filter on dating app. As any single person in their 20s or 30s will let you know, life on dating apps can be pretty brutal. There's nothing quite as humbling as having potential romantic partners judge you based on a handful of pictures and prompts. But for short men on Tinder, things just got even worse, right? Because, these dating apps, you go on them, and as a man, all right, you'll talk with a bunch of women, and then only a few of them will ever reply, and eventually they just stop replying, right? And then maybe once in a blue moon, okay, you'll find one that meets up with you, all right? And then, it's just like too much work. In the old days, and by old days, I mean, 20, 30 years ago, whatever, you could just go out and meet women. But now most people, or a lot of people, are doing this dating app shit, okay, which this shit is completely unprofitable, man. Because what it does is it inflates women's ego, right? You got Esau on one end putting shit in the woman's head, and then on top of that, she goes on these dating apps, and you got a bunch of dudes who are deprived because, this kingdom isn't set up for the man, it's set up for the woman, right? So because they deprive, these dating apps use that against the man in order to boost the woman up. And so basically you got hundreds of dudes messaging average women. Every day, an average woman goes on these dating apps, she's going to get hundreds of dudes trying to hit her up. All right? Non-stop. To where, a woman could get all her validation just from having her dating apps up. She doesn't even have to do anything. Just put a few pictures up, write a little paragraph about herself, and that's it. You're going to have hundreds of dudes just begging to talk to you and all this shit. You see? It's wicked as all hell, man. All right? It says the extremely popular dating app recently rolled a new height filter as part of a broader effort to help people connect more intentionally on Tinder. Intentionally. Okay, which, the word intentionally, we can get it. It says deliberately or on purpose. Right, because what is the purpose of these Eves? Okay, what purpose is Esau put in their head? Okay, these women think that they, no matter who they are, they deserve only the best. All right, and they don't got to bring nothing to the table. The man is her servant. All right, and she is the prize. Right, that's what he put in her head. All right, now he's giving a woman a height filter. Okay, And it's funny because it's not going to help these women. It's just going to hurt them even more, man. Because these women's standards are way too high. And that's why they're all single. And now they're going to make themselves even more single by, intentionally getting rid of all men under 6 feet. Because that's probably what they're going to be doing, man. You got all these trendy, women talking about they don't date under 6 feet, whatever. And, these women just follow the herd, okay? But it says, a rep for the dating platform told Mashable of the controversial new measure. Now Tinder is not the first dating app to do this. Apps such as Hinge has been using a height filter for over a year now. The filter will only be available to users who subscribe, blah, blah, blah. It says, but when dudes on social media learned about the new filter, the crash out was extremely real. If you told me the owners of Tinder seek the end of human connection, I'd believe you, one person posted on X. Which, yeah, that's true because these dating apps, they've destroyed women mentally, man. That's why the Western woman is so incredibly proud for no reason. Just because, she feels like a famous celebrity every time she opens up one of these dating apps, man. All these women feel that way, bro. Even women who, before technology, would feel like complete losers because dudes don't really fuck with them like that. But they get on this dating app and now that same girl, she's curving you. Acting like you ain't shit. You could be, 2 or 3 points better looking than her. But she's got, that dating app confidence, She's got so-called better-looking men trying to hit her up. Oh, she slept with 100 men and half of them are better looking than you. So she must be better than you, right? See, but that's what these women don't get it, bro. Men and women are different. We're created to be with multiple women. But you women only with one man. See, but because you women take it that way, you women think that men and women are the same, but we're different, man. We're completely different. You see? And y'all gonna learn that shit the hard way, man. You women are not men. You cannot do everything a man can do. Okay? It says men should be getting a weight filter, or is that misogyny? Don't both get to have their cut of the pie? Gender equality much. Right, because this is a queendom. See, don't you people get it, man? This is a queendom, man. All right? The two people that rule this queendom is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, all right, and the so-called black, Latino, Native American, Indian woman. All right, that's our enemies on this side, man. All right, Esau, the main enemy, all right, and since he fucked up the woman's head, now she's our enemy, man, because she's Esau's guard dog. See? A study published by the National Institute of Health states that Western women generally prefer men who are taller than the average man in their given population. For example, men that are around 180 centimeters tall. That's 5'10" for those curious. All right. Yeah, they prefer it, but what comes out of their mouth is 6 feet, over 6 feet, right? And I looked it up. 85% of the male population is under 6 feet. See? So, hey, let it happen, man. I hope all these fucking dating apps do this shit, man. All y'all doing is creating more fuel for the fire for these angry short men out here. And tall men, because hey, I know a lot of tall dudes that hate y'all women, man. So the crash out is somewhat valid, but unsurprisingly, a lot of angry dudes are using it as an excuse to express their hate for women, which is very lame. Hey, I don't blame him. I don't blame him for hating y'all women, man, because y'all women done curved a bunch of these dudes, made their life hell for no reason, playing all these stupid games. All right, think about how many men became moes because of y'all women, man. How many men took their lives? How many men are buried under a prison because of a false accusation? How many men are stuck paying child support, stuck in a financial rut, you see? Because of y'all wicked ass women, man. You see? And when Jacob's trouble happens, man, it's gonna be open season for you hoes out here, man. So you wicked ass evil women, get ready, man. The Lord ain't playing with you. All right, you so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, Indian women, the Lord's gonna fuck y'all up if y'all ain't right. All right, if y'all ain't right with Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, the Lord's gonna fuck you up on Jacob's trouble. All right. But yeah, that's why we only referring to our own women because, you know, fuck all these other people out here. Okay, all these women are wicked, but you know, these videos are for the hopeful elect of Yasharallah. So you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians. Okay, so we'll continue with the article here. It says, ultimately, it's a surprise that Tinder didn't have this kind of filter sooner. Height is usually an important thing for both men and women when pursuing romantic partners. So it makes plenty of sense to have a filter. And even if the app didn't, most profiles ask you to list your height. This is just a way of streamlining that process. It's a way of basically destroying a woman, man. Okay, because, you know, if I go to a restaurant and I order some tacos, right? And then you ask me, do I want hot sauce with it? Now I got a choice, right? So the restaurant is more likely to give out hot sauce if they ask you if you want hot sauce, right? The same way that these filters are going to cause a lot of women to cut off dudes under 6 feet. Because why? Because the app gave them that option, right? If a woman really hates short men, she can just choose not to associate with them. But what this app is doing is incentivizing, or it's making it very easy for the woman to basically make a mistake, man. Because, hey, maybe that short guy could have been the right guy for her. But, you know, because she wanted to be superficial and ultimately because she wanted to choose her partner, you know, which, you know, that's how the modern world does it. But again, in the ancient world, it was done by her father. Okay, that's what you get. Confusion, chaos, right? This is what this society creates, man. 50% of marriages end on divorce, and that's the ones on paper. What about boyfriend and girlfriend? That's considered marriage according to the scripture. All right, if a man and women are having sex, they're married. How many of those relationships stay together? You see? Why? Because America doesn't work. These fucking American ideologies and philosophies, they don't fucking work. You see? They just don't work. This is Micah chapter 7, verse 10. Then she that is my enemy shall see it. She's going to see her foolishness, man. Right? And shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is Yahweh thy power? Right? Our woman, the so-called black, Latino, Native American Indian woman, all right, doesn't respect us on this side, man. And she doesn't fear the Lord. Okay? She doesn't fear the Lord. Because if she feared the Lord, okay, she wouldn't be acting a hoe. She wouldn't be out here acting all proud, going against the laws and commandments of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. It says, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is Yahweh thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her. Yeah, we're going to see this. We're going to see the Eve's downfall, man. It says, my eyes shall behold her, now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets. See, so she's gonna get utterly destroyed, man, in Jacob's trouble. These wicked ass women that got y'all brothers on child support, that might have ruined your life, that play games with you, don't let you see your kids. All right, hey, her day is coming, man. All right. This is Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon hath been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand, that made all the earth drunken. The nations that drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad, right? And that wine is these American philosophies, man. And the nations are mad, meaning crazy, because they have bought into the American way of life through these different foreign policies, through these different social media influences and YouTube and movies and all this different ways that America pushes their philosophy on all the different nations out there. Okay, you got the whole world upside down, man. Hell, even women in the Philippines are becoming masculine and westernized. Okay, even though those different countries over there, you still got a lot of traditional women. But America is like a disease on the earth. It spreads this cancerous philosophy, man. Okay, that's why the Lord is going to destroy this place off the map forever. All right? And again, these women, hey, they just because we know that Esau is the one who is poisoning her mind, but hey, you women aren't going to get all scot-free, bro, because you had a choice to serve Esau or to serve Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Isaiah 4:1, it says, and in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. Right? Because Jacob's trouble is going to come in hot, and there's going to be a lot of chaos, a lot of death. And these women are going to get terrified, man, and they're going to get in order real quick. They're going to go from masculine to feminine real quick. Okay, that's on that day the woman is going to see that she is not on the same level as a man. Not in the slightest. Because the police themselves is going to go into hiding. So there's not going to be 911. There's not going to be a whole system set up to protect you, man. You women going to be on your own, you see? And that's what's going to humble our women. That's when they're going to get in order, all right? And the ones that are going to get saved are the elect lady, okay? The rest of you women out here, you're going to die, okay? But yeah, the Lord is going to guide the elect lady to us, brothers, okay? It says 7 women. That's the number of completion. So it could be more, it could be less. Just depends on, what the Lord has for you, It says, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. So, they going to belong to you in marriage, but you're not even going to have to clothe them or feed them, man. They just want your protection. You see, now you go on these dating apps and the women say, must make 6 figures, must be 6 feet, must not have kids, must love kids because I got 5 kids by 5 different baby daddies. Absolutely no sex on the first date. All this bullshit, right? Hey, well, Jacob's trouble is going to be the opposite. They're not going to have no requirements, just protection. Just protect me. That's it. Just protect me, she's going to say. And she'll be your woman. Feminine, submissive, and in order. Okay, that's when our women going to be beautiful again, man. That's when our women, everything's going to be turned, starting first with our women. They're going to be in order on that day, man. Okay? But yeah, man, that day is coming. And things like this is just going to create more spirits of vengeance out here, man. All right? So, hey, let them keep pushing out these filters, man. Good. All right? Because when all hell break loose, the women that are wicked and, want to be all proud and think they all that, the Lord's going to stomp them out. All right? Through these men that they hate. All right? How about them apples? All right? But yeah, man, I pray that lesson was edifying to the hopeful elect, giving all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakodash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught me this truth. And shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom.